one of the many problems in hip-hop, right, is that we have people who aren't a part of our culture stating opinions as if they're facts. You know, I read a review of a show that I did, and you know, I don't want to really bring light to the review because the person was very misinformed, just doesn't know any better, and there was like a lot of inaccuracies with the things he was saying. What I do want to talk about is the labeling and the isolating of what essentially is hip-hop. There's this idea that, like, if you're good, if you're lyrically gifted and you're saying something, then you're just kind of a branch of hip-hop. You're a lyricist, and that's not really, you know, that's a certain part of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, this idea that the lyricists had their time and then that time died, okay? They'll say things like, neo-conscious rap. Yet, when it comes to the most dumb form of hip-hop, they don't have anything to say about that. That's regular. That's normal. This is hip-hop. It's not called retard rap. You know what I'm saying? That's just regular, okay? But then, like, the intelligent hip-hop, that's the weird thing. That's the, let's attack that. Let's see how long this lasts. Yet I challenge you to give me a year in hip-hop when lyricists have not been running shit. We run shit. We are the most successful, and we have always been prevalent. The first rap songs always were of content. Rappers were talking about things. It was not normal to suck. Let me tell you why they wanted to suck. They wanted to suck because they're not a part of our culture. They don't understand. And because they could never really be accepted into our culture, they like it when it's at its worst, so they can take part in it. And in turn, right, when they take part of the parody of our culture, they get to laugh at it under the pretense that they're laughing with it, but they're laughing at it. It's an opportunity for you to make fun and shun the culture that you could never be a part of. You don't mind taking part in cheering for the untalented kid who makes black people look stupid. You know why you don't mind that? Because when you leave that show, that don't represent you. You don't get on the train with your pants falling off your ass. You like to partake in the, you know, in the charade of it all, because it doesn't represent you. And because you don't understand our culture, because you're not a part of it, you weren't raised by it, when you look at the hipster publication, they're always on point when it comes to rock or when it comes to indie, right? They're not publicizing the idiot who sucks at playing his guitar. No, that doesn't make it. You have to be top notch. You have to be unique, right? And then they rock with you. But when it comes to rap, it has to be the lowest element. And even if they do post something, right, with somewhat of, like, with some artistic credibility, it's rare that person they're supporting is saying something to uplift the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's always promote the shit that makes us look the most stupid, because they're not us. When they walk around, they're not being identified as that. They don't know what it's like to have to tell somebody, I make hip-hop music, and then have to give an explanation. Because you already know what the other person is thinking when you say, I make hip-hop music. They think you're a moron because the music sounds stupid. They wanted to stay that way. They needed to stay that way. Because intelligent music, it does raise the consciousness of people. And you can inflict serious change. You know, that can cause economic change, that can cause a social change, and furthermore can change the perspective of the black, Latino, or just urban community. These people do not validate us. We validate them. Before the internet, right, you had to go up to people in the street. You know what I'm saying? You had to say, yo, you rhyme? And most of the time, when you did that, you were in certain areas. You were in places back when Brooklyn was Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So now, let me explain something to you. You go up to these people and you say, yo, you rhyme, right? And this is taking place on the street, right? And everybody more or less back then was a street dude to a certain degree. And you go to a neighborhood where they don't know you, because I did that, you know what I'm saying? And you say, yo, who rhymes? You're by yourself and a bunch of dudes are chilling on the corner. And you come out kicking that sideways shit, yo, dudes are gonna rob you. Or dudes are gonna put you to the test. And furthermore, if you ain't nice, you might get beat up. You ask anybody that's been around. I didn't start now, like I'm the new guy on the scene trying to get my name. I'm New York City. I was touching stages in '98, and I didn't come and ask permission. I gained respect. I took it. You don't validate me. They don't understand the culture because they never lived it. And they're always going to champion mediocrity. They're going to champion the person that represents it the least, but also keeps the black cliches intact. Because there is an effort to make black people look stupid. They'll keep one or two people that they support to counteract that theory. Okay? But they will definitely make it an attempt to say, like, to make it like it's a side thing. It's a side part of hip-hop. You know, it's conscious, it's lyrical. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Hip-hop music consists of two things, right? Three, maybe. A DJ, a beat, and a rapper. If it's not lyrical, what is it? Stupid. It has to be lyrical. It's a lyric-driven music. Lyrical hip-hop is not a different aspect of it. It's what it is. It's always been. It's always been. And we run shit. The most successful hip-hop artists are lyrical people.
I speak lightning, shout thunder, whisper wind, cry tears of ocean. I'm of the music, I dance to it, chant to it. The very essence of my being is enhanced through it. Everything taking place in life is a movement. There are things sitting still they are a movement.